guess I wanted to start there, Seth. What is your relationship with the Zelda CDI games? You know, how did you come to find them, and how did that go? Because I know you did. I know you were a part of those fan-made remasters on PC a while back.
That's right. That's right.
So I was curious.
You mean I made them? Those are mine.
Yes. Yes.
You had a hand in
that was the equivalent of, excuse me, I think you'll find I helped in some way.
It got very big very fast. I had no intention of creating a Nintendo fan game, so I took it down myself because I...
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've never received it. So the story on the internet goes... I've been trying to set the record straight, but you know how it goes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there is no DMCA. Nintendo's never, ever approached me about the games one way or the other. Because, you know...
That's right. I remember around that time all these fan games were getting taken down. Like, with that Metroid 2 remake was getting taken down and, like, all that stuff. Yeah. But that's interesting, though, that they didn't, like, bat an eye at the CDI remakes.
It doesn't really shock me, considering I think Nintendo wants to pretend they didn't happen.
I was just going to say, Nintendo has a record of, like, whenever someone mentions the Zelda CDI games, they kind of just look at you like, what are you talking about? That never happened. Shut up.
Yeah, actually, well, now I have another question. Since you have worked with Nintendo, when can we expect Arzette in the next Smash Bros?
Oh my god!
Well,
when can we expect that announcement?
Let me be very clear. I do not work with Nintendo. Nintendo is okay.
Sorry, poor choice of words on my part.
Just need to stress that. As a licensed Nintendo developer, they know who I am, so I cannot pull a fast one on them. Okay.
Would you be receptive to Arzette being in Smash or anything? Have you thought about that? Like,
sure, that would never ever happen, but sure, why not?
Never say never. I don't know.
Dude, I can't wait for Destiny to intertwine and Shantae and Arzette to be in Smash 6. It'll be great.
God.
Animating the industry standard programs, so it's nice to hear that, like, you know, a lot of independent stuff you can kind of work in whatever you're comfortable in, and that's cool that you're allowed the animators to do what they were comfortable with and encourage that creativity. Like, as an artist, I appreciate that. Also, if you need another animator for any future games,
here it is. He's suddenly just putting his CV under his desk right there, going, "No, I'm just gonna slip this here."
Listen, I need a little. I like to schmooze, all right?
Schmooze, come on.
I'll take what I can get. I like to schmooze. You ever heard that?
Yeah,
term?
I have. I just haven't heard it in conversation in a very long time. My brain just went, "Excuse me."
All smoosh makes me do is think of "Watch me swoosh right in."
Watch me swoosh. My demo reel's on top.
I got it.
Sorry.
Don't worry. I will keep you in mind. Yeah. So the animators used a variety of tools. A lot of them used Harmony, like you said. One of them used Animate. That you probably saw a lot of Animate scenes. One of them. Yeah. Trace did their work. So Jimmy Davis. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He did.
Jimmy Davis.
Holy shit, Jimmy Davis?
Are you serious?
Yeah, so he's a big. So he's like a big YouTube pooper.
Yep.
Right.
Oh yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, I can't tell if you're being like funny or not.
No,
so I just wanted to clarify.
I've definitely seen this guy's stuff. Yeah.
I'm being honest. I know the name. Like, it's like so much. Like, I know the name. I'm not doing a bit. I know him distinctly because in a lot of his videos, he has like really good imitations of like the CDI animation, and I've always found that kind of cool. I'm a big fan of like the albino rat you find by blowing up a wall.
I love that guy. Love the rat.
I love that. I love the reference. He just subtly goes in about chicken in the wall, and I just sat there thinking, "Excuse me."
I thought about you, Whalley. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna like."
Oh,
that.
I did. I was streaming it. I streamed it, and when that came up, my entire chat just went, "Was that a Castlevania reference?" And there's me with a big grin. There's a big grin on my face.
I also just love
Love
how I love how casual the rat's voice is. Like the way he speaks, he is the most normal guy at Faramore, and I love
you
it.
think he's gonna be like some little Disney villain or whatever, but he's just a normal dude.
It's like that guy. It's like that guy living in like the Smiling Friends office wall. That
By the way, you should probably make yourself known or something next time you come into somebody's place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
another character I really like is the Ice Queen for very different reasons, admittedly.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Very fun. This very fun design, very cute. The lesbian side of the pansexual is burning right now.
Oh no! Do we need to get some water, Dove? Do we need to?
Need to get a cold shower here.
Oh yeah, I'm here for the cold shower. Sorry.
Anyway, but yeah, I made the one successful project I made in GB Studio was a game based on Morbius, the movie.
Yeah, the Sony Pictures masterpiece.
Yeah. The one that sold.
It's Morbin time.
The one that sold tickets.
I believe there's a song about having sex.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Exe by
Eat sex, have sex. Oot the pen, oot the spin.
Or pay attention to game design videos. It's not really something that's not a thing. That's more of entertainment. There's not. It'll depend on who you talk to, but when it comes to game design, there's really not a rule book, or there definitely shouldn't be a rule book. It's funny. Like the conveyance thing is funny, especially because in their playthrough, they could not find a key that was visible when it's fine. But it took until the very last episode for them to find it. But it's whatever. It's funny.
Pretty typical for Game Grumps, to be honest.
Can I quickly get for the record, because I want to be able to show the clip to this one guy I know who is constantly acting like there's one correct way to develop a game, and I'm constantly telling him it's not. Can you, person who has published a successful video game, please say for the record that there is no right way to develop a game, please?
Please do.
Well, there is no right way to develop a game.
There
are certainly many wrong ways.
There are definitely wrong ways.
That line with the wolf, I didn't think it was an Among Us joke. I thought it was a reference to the Wolf Among Us. Like,
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was talking about. Not Among Us at all.
Among Us.
Oh god.
I mean, it might have been, and he just didn't tell me. But when I asked, like, it just seemed to be that's just a turn of phrase. So.
I mean, it is also that, which is why the game was called that, because the comic the game was based on is called Fables, and
Love
they just called the game The Wolf Among Us, and it's meant to be like symbolic of Big B, because he's also the big bad wolf, so he's a lot of bad blood of a lot of people because they're not willing to forget what it's a whole thing. The point I'm getting at is I saw that and I wasn't, and you have answered the question now, but I thought it was intentional when I was there, because it felt very specific to have this with a wolf, with a guy that's like
That's what I cut.
that everyone thinks is a monster, when in reality he's just trying to be part of the town. He's trying to be with I thought it was just I also think it's funny that one of the only gifts you get for Arzette, when you look it up in like the Discord gift thing, is of him taking the citizenship and running with the text "bye chat." I think that's
Yeah, but obviously you have to think about like, well, where's your market, and like who's your target audience, and essentially nobody was the answer at the time, but especially after the reception of those remasters, and like a lot of people understood what I was going for. They understood that it was sort of like, hey, what if they weren't bound by the limitations that were imposed upon them out of the developer's control? What if they were just allowed to be what they were with minor quality of life changes, right? I think a lot of people responded really well to that, and so that's when I really started thinking, okay, well, maybe doing the insane idea of a spiritual successor isn't so far-fetched. It's very far-fetched, don't get me wrong. It's still an insane idea that I'm still surprised worked out as well as it did.